I'm Matthew Lapp, host of Matthew Lapp Train Guy Segment Show. Also today in this segment, I'm at Stevens Point Veterans Memorial Park in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Stevens Point Veterans Memorial Park is located on the intersection of Church Street, which is US 51 Business, and Monroe Street in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. And the park is next to a Canadian National Railroad main line that was formerly served by the Wisconsin Central Railroad and Soo Line Railroad. Also, the park has a lot of railroad memorabilia, and it even has a steam locomotive from the Soo Line and Wisconsin Central Railroad, and a caboose from just the Soo Line Railroad on display as well. What you see right behind me, Soo Line 2713. Soo Line 2713 was built by Alco in Schenectady, New York in 1913 and is the 497/96th steam locomotive built by that factory, and is a 462 Pacific type steam locomotive and is an H21 class steam locomotive. This locomotive was used on the Wisconsin Central Railroad and Soo Line Railroad. Also, this locomotive had hauled freight for many years when being used on the Soo Line and Wisconsin Central Railroad. Then, in 1955, Soo Line 2713 was retired, and in 1957 was donated to the city of Stevens Point, Wisconsin, and was put in this spot at Veterans Memorial Park in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, where it is on display today. And in 2003, it was planned that a shelter would go over the locomotive and caboose, and was completed in 2004 or 2005. Also, Soo Line 2713 is one of 7 surviving Soo Line 462s left in the world today, and 2713 can be found here at Stevens Point Veterans Memorial Park in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, where it is today. And also, you can also visit the locomotive's cab and sit where the engineer and fireman used to sit as well. What you see right behind me is Soo Line 158. Soo Line 158 was built around the 1900s or late 1800s and is a wooden caboose. This caboose was used on the Soo Line Railroad as the train crew's office, and would also be used on the back of freight trains for the Soo Line Railroad as well. Then later on, Soo Line 158 was retired and then came to be on display at Stevens Point Veterans Memorial Park in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, where it is on display today. And in 2003, it was planned that a shelter would go over the caboose and steam locomotive, and was completed in 2004 or 2005 as well. Here's a wigwag. Of course, it was used at railroad crossing years ago. You can find it right here next to this steam locomotive here at Stevens Point Veterans Memorial Park. You can see right here is another wigwag signal crossing displayed here at Stevens Point Veterans Memorial Park, next to the gutter. And yeah, it's part of the railroad memorabilia here in Stevens Point. You can see this little switch stand right here next to the steam locomotive. Here's a railroad memorabilia next to the train display. And today, down here at the Stevens Point Veterans Memorial Park. You could see right here is another switch stand in the park, but this one you'll find near the parking lot. And yeah, both these switch stands you see in the park may have been used for the Soo Line a lot. Okay, you can see this maintenance of way flat bed right here next to the parking lot at Veterans Memorial Park here in Stevens Point.
railroad memorabilia. Yeah.
You can see right here the 74 signal displayed here at Stevens Point Veterans Memorial Park. And also part of the railroad memorabilia. Even used by the Sioux Line years ago. Yeah, it's a great way to see here. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed learning about trains with me today in Matthew Lapp Train Guy segment show. Also, I hope to see you all again in the next segment. So this is Matthew Lapp, host of Matthew Lapp Train Guy segment show. Sign out until next time. All aboard.